for us to get it right. So it's for us to get it right. This recording is fake recording, and you stop in a few minutes. All right. So all right. So we have 13 applicants here, and all of them are very technical. That is what I can say. So they require you to have a very good technical skill. So if you don't, I don't think this is probably going anywhere. And remember that there are so many other persons out there that are applying or preparing to apply or that have applied. And I can imagine probably there are over 1 million people that would apply. So, but you need to get it right. So, because they have a lot of, at least let's go over to the timeline before I go further. So, organization application. Okay, hiring is higher than that. I click on publish. Okay, publish 13. Okay, so now they from technical writing hiring deadline. So you can imagine, because they know they will have a lot of applicants, so they gave March, April, April, May. That's 1 month. So they gave 1 month for them to review. So this is not interview, they having calls. Go through the work, delete, go through the work, delete. That's what they will be doing. So you don't have to be afraid, because as like I'm speaking to you right now, they have been deleting a lot of applications already. So, but when they see a very good one, they'll keep it on the side, then probably take ending of the month to now decide which of them they'll pick. So if you submit a good work, they'll probably keep yours on the side and decide at the last week of March. Okay, so I'm just taking my time to do this before we go in depth, because you need to have this at the back of your mind before you start submitting. Okay, so let's pick one. Which one? Okay, now before we start, this is very important. This is the organization, open source organization. This is their website. You click here, it takes you to their website to understand what they do. This is Wisdom of Docs to get more information. This is to know about the budget, how much they keep aside for applicants, how much they keep aside for volunteers, or probably how much they keep aside for this entire program. And also, you probably know the timeline from the budget to know if you're working on the 4 months project or if you're working on the 6 months project. So you get to know from the budget. Then this is the proposal they submitted to Google. Okay, so Google System of Docs for today's let's announce this. I want to share with all the general about organization plan for. So this is what they submitted. So you get to know about them and about the Docs project. Everything you need to know about it is here. So, but I would advise everyone to make sure you read this and this and this. This one is their website. You can also go and check so you know what they do, and you can also try to add problems you will notice from the docs. So now let's go back to the budget. Let's use Async API. But one thing again that I think we should all understand is in life, there is what we call bias. I'm not saying this because I know it will happen. Don't quote me online and say, hey, I said companies they are biased to something. But it's just like, let me say I have I submit for my organization and they accept it. And I know very well that BB, as my friend, she's very good in this, and she submits. Sorry, I know her. She applied for that role. It's gonna be when I know she's very good, and I know her very well, and I know what she has done in the past, and I know this will help her grow. Let's be honest here, or let's just use the chat for this. So let's start with BB. So do you think you would hire BB or you would hire somebody else outside BB?
Definitely BB now. Okay,
Okay, BB.
I was going to type, but okay, I think I can speak. I would also hire BB because based on the premise that I already know her, like I already have like a informal relationship with her, so somehow, I feel I have this rest assurance that I know what to expect from BB. So I would also hire BB.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, Olisa. Olisa.
Oh, hello. Good morning, Wisdom. Good morning. BB
Yeah.
gets the job. BB gets the job. Like, there is this scenario probably that play out in my place of work. There's what we call like hiring system you can never see in any organization because anybody an employee refers, probably the person knows this person is the best fit for this job and they have a good working relationship and the person knows this person will deliver. So going on this criteria now, I know BB is top notch on what she does. Definitely I will bring her on board because I know she will add value to the organization.
All right. Thank you. So let's hear from Juliet.
Um, I also go with the already existing. I am suggesting. I mean, even me, I also go for Phoebe because I've seen her. I'm sure that what she can offer. I've worked with her before, and I'm very sure that I'm confident that she will also deliver. So I also go for Phoebe.
All right. Thank you. So one thing I like about Juliet is she's bringing this debate vibes. The kind
Giving
of
what?
protocol. So let's go with who is next. Benny.
Oh, like obviously, that's the front of like the best customer service still word of mouth, or like he said, referrals. So just that's already good enough to actually hire a person. Like I've seen that play out. So like obviously, people will get the job. So
Thank you, Mr. Trice.
Sorry, please, can you rephrase the question?
Are you joining now?
I was there, but I wasn't paying attention, actually.
Okay,
I
you
heard
like
about you talking about bias.
you too, yeah, Bayasa. Okay, so how would I even start? Because it's like a story. All right, so you have a job and you know that you have a friend called BB that is very good and you know she can do the job very well. But they have other people that
Yeah.
apply to that same job. So will you give BB the job as your friend that you know that is good? Or you give other people that you're not sure, but maybe they just and the job is they will have to submit a paperwork. You're not gonna have any interview to talk with them.
But to sum this, the devil I know is better than the angel I don't know. I'll go for BP.
Okay, so you're giving us the pastor vibes. Okay, you have pastor vibes, and we're having the. Let's go with. I thought I saw fruit here. Okay, so who is the fellow supposed to add your name? Fellow Gister. Who is the fellow Gister here? Okay, I hope it's somebody that we know. Okay, so thank you guys for your suggestion and contribution. For sure, that's how it will work. So I want you to have that at the back of your mind that if you don't get picked, that doesn't mean you're not good enough. Because things like this might play out. Because organizations like this, they've been there. It's not like they just started because of the program. They've been there. They are companies already, either generating cash or they are still on funding. And they have people that have been contributing to their docs even before this program. And there are people that have been contributing because they heard about this program would probably take place. They started contributing to this program, to their project few months before now. So it's going to be difficult for them to just go ahead and pick you because you applied over people that have been contributing to their docs. That is if they have that avenue for people to contribute before now. But if they don't, then they might not use the rule number one that I said, using recommendation for someone that they know. So if the two sections doesn't exist, then they'll probably now look at the very best proposal because the moment they don't know you, but you know them, and for them to pick you, meaning that they have seen what you can what you can do through your work. So it's just like let me use this. It's funny, but it's real. At least for the ladies there, they can say, no matter how handsome a guy is, if the guy is shy, it's not something you probably want to give into such a guy. You probably like, see, I don't think this guy is man enough. He can't even talk to me. But there are guys that are not handsome, but they dress very good and they can talk, like they can sway you off your feet. Imagine you have such a guy come to you. He's not too fine, but he dresses very good, and he comes to you and he tells you you're a beautiful angel, like your praises you, gives you the praise that nobody has ever given to you. You might not even know when you say, okay, then let me give you a chance. Let's see what this relationship will be. But there are people that are very handsome, like let me use complexion, like white, very, very cute, good looking, dresses very fine, but don't even know what to say, don't know how to talk. You might want to give the person a chance, but you're like, I don't think this guy might even start a very good conversation. You're having that, and that might even make you like, no. That's why most ladies, it's funny, but it's true that they say they love guys that are funny. They love comedians because you always make them smile and happy. So why did I bring that stuff here? Is make sure your proposal makes your should I okay, let me say hiring manager because they're the hiring. So make sure your proposal makes them smile and accept your relationship. You understand? So make sure you put in your best work. So when they are reading at you, like, man, I will date this application, this one, I will. You understand? So, and I would like everybody, I would probably try to craft a proposal we'll use, but I would like everybody to dissect it, make it different. I'm dropping it so you have an idea of what to put in there, so we don't get to submit same thing. It's going to be somehow that you submitted this, this one submitted that, and this one submitted this. It's going to be awful. All right, so let's start with this one. Okay, let's go back to. Did you click the budget? Okay, so this is supposed to be the budget. About our docs project, first solution covered in details. So I think the first thing you should do is to read so you know if they are in line with what you do. First of all, check the timeline. So theirs is from May, June, July, August, September, October, November, early December. So check the timeline so you know if you're ready for that timeline. This is a lot. So which means if you start with them, you're finishing with them till December, early December. Now, the next is to check the project budget. Okay, so we will set aside 2 to 3 mentors for our 2 proposed projects documenting this. As Sync API would like to request from Google a US $5,000 budget for each project. For both projects, the request then totals a 10,000 budget. That's it. We would also like to request an additional $350 in our budget to provide cool swag for our participants. So anybody that they pick will have a swag. So what they are having total is $10,350. And sorry, all right, thank you. So where am I? Okay. So they're hiring 2 technical writers, but no volunteers in this. So getting started, contributing to Async today. Last but not least, don't forget to code. Don't forget that the code is the only way to contribute to OSS. Dev docs are a huge help. Sorry, can you mute? Who is that, please? Sorry, guys, just mute, okay? Now, We said first thing is to get started as a dog contributor, familiarize yourself with our project, read their code of conduct, head over to the DEX homepage here, pick an issue you would like to contribute and leave a comment introducing yourself. That's the only perfect place to have any question you may have. So if there is no work done in the docs issue yet, you have already received onboarding help, feel free to open, okay? So tag me in your Syntax PRO. Okay, this is their application that is submitted. All right, so for this, to get started with this is their process you would use. So any other ways to reach out to them? So that's the only thing they want. Go over there, go over to their docs and send the PRO. That's the only way they can reach out to you for these people. Now let us check Worm's Edge. So most of them didn't make it easy for you because they didn't drop a lot of information that would help you. So now this one, you have the budget, you need 2 engineers, they need a volunteer and swags, okay? So if you're a technical writer and you're interested in contributing to this, send in your proposal by the following template of writing the statement of interest from Google to our mail, this. So you head over to Google. Google have the way they want you to put your proposal and you send it. So this is the timeline, May, June, July, August, 4 months. So this project is estimated to take 3 months to complete. So you've seen the timeline, you have seen the budget. Now you now check the skills. Do you have those skills that they want? So one, must have a good understanding of Docker Serious and Magda. Is Suleiman here? Okay.
I'm very here, very, very here.
Okay. That is it. Okay, so Docker Serious and Magda. Now, must have a good understanding of the Worm's Edge plugin system. Now, it's 2 things. If you don't have an idea, you have the willingness and ability to learn. But this is my advice, okay? Before you submit your proposal, and in your proposal, you also state that you have the willingness to apply, willingness and ability to learn. But before you do this, first try to see if you can do that within a short time. Like I said, don't be in a hurry to submit. Remember what I told you, that as they are submitting, they are checking. They are not waiting for anything. As they are checking, they are seeing what they don't like. They are removing it instantly. So meaning, even if you submit 1 week to the closure of the deadline. So let's go back to the timeline because, sorry. So all right. So you see, May they will end the deadline, and June, first monthly evaluation process period, and this and this. So which means June 14 they will start. You probably get a mail before, let's say before June 14th, you get a mail, you know that you've accepted. So just get ready to start on the program. That is what you have at the back of my head. They are giving them 2 months to review because they know the project, the applicants are a lot. So even if you submit on the 10th, gone, as long as what you submitted is very good, be rest assured that they will accept it. So don't rush and I go and upload anyhow stuff and you feel they will take it. They will reject it. So take your time. Don't be in a hurry. So what I would say, study this Worm's End plugin system. If possible, if you can even build something very small with it, it's fine. Now, if you even have the time to write about the plugin system to show them that you know this thing very well, that is another key thing that will be very nice for you to do. It will be better than you add willingness and ability to learn. But if you can't do that, also add willingness and ability to learn. Now, when you're putting that willingness and ability to learn, they will be checking some factors before they will know, because you cannot tell them you've not done HTML or CSS, the very basics before, and you have the willingness to write in Rust. It's not possible. So must have good understanding of how GitHub works. Most of us tick this box. Nice to have programming skills in C, C++, and Rust. So there is what we call and or, which most of us know in English. So this is not and or. So they want you to know how to work with C. That is one. At least C++ and Rust, meaning all of them. So you can go and tell them, I've done something in C before, I've done something in C++ before, and I've done something in Rust before. So it's these languages. I learned Rust some time ago. So Rust is kind of like a funny programming language, but they all use same syntax. So it's not something. I know C and C++, they're a little bit backward, not your conventional kind of programming language. You understand? But is this something that you can learn? So nice to have. You need to familiarize yourself with our GitHub CI. So you need to go to their docs, study their docs, know how their docs works, or know what they use in building their docs. So that way you can now sell it to them that, hey, I know this is very well. This is what you use in building your docs. Those are the points you add in your proposal. Okay. So are we good to go? Are we here? Are we here?
Yeah.
Am I being heard?
Yeah, yeah.
It's as if Mifan is working in an airport or something now. Every time, breathe, breathe. Or you're close to the fan.
Like I was hoping to see it too.
You're close to the fan or something. Okay.
Windows. So my office is close to my window. So yeah, that's why.
Okay. All right. Okay, so what's next? What next? So now let us leave how we measure success, because before you start thinking of measuring success, you're in. So that one is not a problem for now. So know your mentors. These are the mentors. We have to commit our candidates for mentoring this. We estimate that this work will take 3 months to complete this. So these mentors, they will be part of the people that we will review, because the company might not have that time, because since they don't have mentoring, they'll be the one to check. So I don't know why they didn't make it clear they're putting at this and at that. So you can join if they have a Slack channel or a Discord, look for the Discord channel, look for their Slack channel, join it, and look for these guys, start interacting with them and all that. So these can help answer questions about the design system of the plugin. These can help review docs, pull requests, and these can help walk you through the contributing steps. So this person here is very important too. This person that is having a name that looks like somebody from NBC. So this person is very important, because he or she has a very good knowledge for them to know, for him or her to know about their design system. It is more like a core member in their team, because you cannot know much about this stuff from the outside like that. So look for a way to meet this, you see, yin yin or something. Okay, so that's all. Now let us head over to their docs and see what we can do about that. Here is their docs. Okay, so this repo contains technical documentation for this project. The documentation website built from this repo is published here. Check it out. Okay, so now looking at this, I think you guys should know what to do here. At least there should be something you can contribute looking at just this first page. So let me start with one person. Let me start with my community. Bibi, so what do you think we can do here? What is that? So looking at this, I think we should do something here. We should contribute something here. Is it okay? Let me start
I
with
I think the README page is not the README the README is not well explanatory. maybe you can have like a really, really detailed readme to talk about the documentation and how exactly you can get started with the docs and the project in its entirety.
Okay, okay, that's good. Thank you for that. But one thing I want to hear, I've not heard it yet. So let's hear from Eko Lisa. So after what Bibi said, there is a point you would add to what she said, and this will be complete. I'm listening, my brother.
Hello, Wisdom.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's not by winning the
Please,
league. Oh.
What did BB say? What did BB? What was her contribution?
I'm not BB, my brother. Oh.
BB, wait till you talk.
Okay, I said the readme, the readme can be like it can be developed well, can be written better, so it is easier for everyone to work on the docs and work on the project generally. Like that what I contributed.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Looking at this now,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah, sorry, before you continue, she has actually said what I want in mind. But I want somebody to say it. Okay.
please somebody else should answer, please.
Okay, okay. So let's go with it. It, yeah. Okay, let's go with our debate. If I say debate, you know your mind, so I wouldn't want to call your name. Yeah. Debate, talk now.
Auntie Juliet.
No, she's
Ah,
waiting for
sorry.
Colin.
Oh. Ah, I didn't know it was me. Hmm.
Standing on
I beg to be, at this point, I beg to be an observer.
God I beg. God I beg.
When I see debate, when I see debate, you guys think I'm lying. All right. Which one is this one again? Okay. I have a meeting in 30 minutes time. All right, Benny.
Okay, so what we were saying was that the contribution page needs to be done better. So the readme needs to be done better. So the need to add the contribution guide they own as well. That's also mentioned in the readme.
All
So
right.
what's the project about? How can people contribute? And just a little bit more details about the project besides before you even start exploring the repo.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. So that's exactly what I want to hear. Okay, so this will be your first point of contribution. Now, I wouldn't want to state all of them because people are different. So I would like you to make your explore different ideas yourself to see what you think should and can be fixed. And you probably drop it in your proposal. This is what I noticed. That would help you going forward. Okay, let's check the docs.
Okay, sure. So I have a question. So
All right.
yesterday I opened their README. So there's one particular project there. That's NumPy.
Which one?
NumPy. NumPy got accepted.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah, no, so NumPy got accepted. Yeah. So I had to contribute to NumPy. Well, it seems from the proposal they sent, they already have this girl. What's her name? Mass. Mass is this. She's American Chinese. She does illustration for us at NumPy. So it seems like I don't know. Like the sentence that wasn't clear whether they have already picked her or whether they're still picking.
Okay, let me see.
So you can go to the project. What the projects are actually about. The fourth tutorial. Yeah. So see the additional information.
Okay, so there's a potential candidate who could fulfill this project. The candidate
So
is
I know Mass has contributed way before me, like way
yeah.
way before
So
me.
she is the person to meet. So she's active in this, and a sample of her work can be here. So if you know Masli,
Yeah, no
then you
Masli.
don't have any problem with this because you are more like one step ahead of others.
Yeah, but Masli has been contributing like way before, so I think they already picked her already.
No, 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 no.
They've
This
not
is a
picked her.
potential candidate who could fulfill.
Fulfill.
Okay, the candidate is Masli. Omo, wait,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, and like she also does the design currently for NumPy.
For
So
So
she's in
me,
potential. She might not accept now.
I don't think we
oh
can.
oh, we should not accept.
No, no, no. They won't pick her. They won't pick her. Reason they won't pick her is one is you're making this public, and this is more like before time. So this will be against Google rules. What they are trying to say is look at what she's doing, and this is what we like you to do, and look at the sample of her work. I would also like you to have work samples like this
So
before.
she's a template.
Yeah, the template. Anybody that wants to apply and not she herself.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So if you know Masli, you can go and meet Masli and start preaching to her. You, she might. I don't. Do they have any section where they talk about their mentors?
No, that's it. There was some session about down, so they didn't really talk about how to apply it as well.
The mentors for this project is this and this are both members of with experience mentoring this. All right. So you see this so for content information, you can also write directly to this was current docs, the mentors, this are available in Google Student of Docs 2019, 2021. You can read successful projects. Now, one thing is, if you get accepted for an organization once, I don't think it will be wise for them to bring you up again because you now have the experience, so no need of bringing you up. If they do that, Google will probably penalize them and not give them an opportunity for them to apply.
Exactly what I was going to point out. Because I
So,
think I read it in Google's
yeah,
guideline that you can only apply
so,
for it once.
so mostly because they cannot bring up somebody here when it's clearly stated that applicants should apply to start applying on the 31st of March. So they're not showing us massively as per who they've accepted even before 31st of it's supposed to be ending of April or thereabouts. Okay, May 10th or thereabouts. So they are just giving you this is a template to work with. So they have other ways they compensate her because she has the experience, which is what the program is talking about to push us experience. That is what they want. The compensation is just thank you for doing this program through Google, and that's all. Then for Masli, I feel they'll be compensating her in any way she would like, because she cannot be doing free work for a very long time. You have bills to pay, so I don't think it's possible. So she's a template for others to learn and not she be like she's active in the community. She has written and illustrated comics about this. She has also run virtual in-person sprints. It's not possible for her to. This is looking like a team member because she's now doing too much. So a sample of her work can be viewed here. Okay, so let's see a sample of how to make this. Okay, this is
The digital illustrator. It's not really
okay.
technical. More of digital illustrator.
Alright, so, for me, she's a template. She's a template. So now let's look at what they want people to do. Skills have mapping undocumented process, communicating with community members, creating virtual metaphors for technical concepts, and illustration. So you see that is why I say she's the template. Because everything they listed here is what they want anybody that wants to apply to have. So this is more like from the graphics part. So any person that is good in graphics is what they want because you need to have those illustration skills. What she did here is mad. It's not something you will learn over in 2 days. Except if you
No,
want
it's not.
except you want AI to do some stuff for you, AI will do it. So, but this and this, so what these people are more into the design. That is what they need more, creating virtual apps. So what they want more is design more than the writing itself. So you attend their community meetings, publish. So which is exactly what she's doing. So she's a template. All right. So I hope I answered the question.
Yes, it is.
All right. Let's check.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So this, yeah.
If you want to get such data, it will be from the telco, which is, of course will be from Macrotel.
Faith, you can leave and rejoin the call. BB, okay, you have a question. Sorry, just ask your question. I'm not checking the chat.
Oh, okay. I wanted to ask, like, um, so if you are reaching out to a company, like you're sending your first interaction with the company for GSOD, like, are you? Is it like the straight and direct thing is to submit straight with your proposal, like you're not doing any introductions, or like you're not doing anything like um how do I put this, like you're not doing anything like, okay, maybe you want them to get to know you, or want them to approve you first before you can now submit an application, or like you just, once you reach out to a company, or once you find, you pick the company of interest, then you just straight ahead go through them and everything, and then you submit your proposal straight.
Okay, so the first step is to apply because they don't have time to start knowing anybody. Because right now they know the reason why you're coming to them. They know why you want to start the conversation with them. So some might even get angry, like you want to talk to me now because of this program and all that. So, but some will probably take it normal. But the best you can do is, apply with a very strong proposal. So when I say strong proposal, let me use a little bit of a political story happening in our country, just like P2B. He dropped a strong petition and it's causing problem everywhere. So I didn't he dropped a weak petition, it would have been an easy job for the opposition. So drop that kind of, let me call it petition, that will make them like, we cannot lose this girl. We must accept this girl, accept this guy. So if you understand what I mean about a strong proposal, when they look at it, a proposal that might even contain what you have done their with their tools or with their product. That will give them a clear picture like, okay, this person, either he has been using it before, or he's a fast learner to probably want to do that now. So, like I said earlier, they will look at your work and they'll keep it aside. Then, after submitting, then the next step is to now create that relationship. If there is room for them, like some have Slack channel
Yes.
where you start chatting. But trust me, like I said, there are over, even in the Slack channel, newcomers maybe over 1,000 joining to start asking questions, and they cannot be responding to everybody. So which not even notice that you want to start up a relationship with them, you want to make them your friend. They will
Mm.
not notice because this one is sending, maybe they sleep, wake up, and the next thing they will see 500 messages.
Yeah.
Ah, you're one of them. You're trying to say hi, how is your family now? How is your son doing now?
Mhm. Okay, thank you. I think that answers my question. But I was going to now ask again, like, how many proposals or how many organizations do you think it is normal or acceptable, or would you advise that we should reach out to? Should we just pick one organizations, or is there a number we could shoot our shots to?
For me, there is no restriction to that. You can apply to all if you have the skill that fits all of them. Like from what the nimble stuff that Benny showed us now, one of the organizations, you need to have a virtual skill. That illustration, you need to know how to design, you need to be very good in graphics. So look at the organizations that have everything you need, or you can do it. In short, let me say, look at the organization that aligns with your strength. If there are 10, apply to 10 of them. If it's only one, apply to only one, because if you apply to that one, they will reject you. Reason is they are not hiring juniors. Junior, I mean, because you're junior in that organization because of you don't have that skill. So you mean you're junior there because you're going to learn how to work with. You first of all need to learn how to work with the programming language they use in building their tool before you now learn how to work with their tool, and that is a lot for them to accommodate. Some have 4 months, some have 6 months to work with. So they cannot spare that time to start teaching you all that stuff. It's a lot for them. It's a lot for them. So I hope that answers your question. So go through the organizations, check anyone you know that fits in your strength, and apply.
Thank you.
All right. See, okay, Lisa, I see you have a question.
Yeah, I have a question. I have a question, sort of. Okay, my question is like, if after probably submitting a proposal to the organization and it gets accepted, would they probably call for an official interview?
No, if they will accept you and you're in.
There's no interview after the proposal is accepted.
No interview. Like I said, that is a very straightforward process. They will go through your whether that it make your work to be very strong because they are looking at what you submit to them, and that is what they will use to accept you. Now, at the last or the latter stage of it, the way they might even do it going forward, they might even go as far as reviewing your. First of all, when they look at your proposal, they will just glance through it and it's looking very strong. They will keep it aside. So, like I said earlier, at the end part, they will now go through. Let's say they have 20, they will now take their time and start reviewing that one after the other, going through your past project, going through your LinkedIn profile. That is why it's good for you to check people that viewed you on LinkedIn. I always do that every day. Sometimes I see people view me from Google. I say, is that a call or low? I'm available. You understand? So they will not get to that point, they will probably start doing that. And you probably, if you get to see unknown, you didn't apply for any job, all of a sudden you're seeing somebody from one organization. Like me, sometimes I'll see somebody from Google. I say, I did not apply, how come? Or you see somebody from like let's say you applied from Wash Air or something, see somebody from Wash Air, just know that you're getting a mail, either acceptance or rejection soon because they viewed your profile. Some might not view your profile, some might just go and check at your past project on your GitHub. So make sure your GitHub is top notch at this moment. They'll check your GitHub and probably see what you have done in the past and to see if you have applied or probably, you're an open source enthusiast or maintainer. These are the things they will check before they would now go ahead and probably pick you over the others.
Okay, Wisdom, please, I don't know if you have a template, proposal template you can share so that we can probably leverage on that to work on ours.
Yeah, I have one. I did in the past. So I would like us to, just go through that with one of the this thing we have here. One of the organization we have here. Okay, so Faith, is it Faith? Okay. All right, so let's continue.
I'm here. I'm here now.
Okay, I thought you had a question. Has it been answered?
I was having issue logging in, but I'm fine.
Okay, all right. Okay, so this is their docs. And if we go back to the skills, they talked about good understanding of Docker Studios. So you can see the reason why they want somebody that has Docker Studios experience to work with them because they use Docker Studios for their projects. So now you can go through the project. This is their docs, and it has everything for them. So the next is Markdown. So Docker Studios, you need Markdown for that. So good understanding of the Washed plugin system. So did they talk about the plugin system here? Let's see. So you just take your time, read about this. Okay. Is a lightweight, this runtime cloud, this getting started. We'll cover the following content. All right, so this is the docs. Go through the docs, read about the docs to know what you can do. Even go as far as running one of these, quick start on Linux. So here in the proposal, you tell them that maybe you run this or run just two of these and look at the result you have. If you can build something with this, let me see if there is a way we can build something. It's on Linux. So you run a standalone Bash app. Hello, this. Use compiler to get much better performance. So just run this and see what you can come out of it. And if it's something you can build something small with it, this is what you can do. Build something small. If you can't build anything small, you just tell them you have gone through the quick start and you know how to work with it, you know what it means, and you know how to contribute. So that way they would know that you can, okay, building and running. So after installing, you could use the CLI to execute a command of this. So I'm trying to look for build and run So just, I know you don't have that much time on this course. So on your own, just read through to know what you can build with this and see if you can build something with this. That would help a lot. So in your proposal, you add, I have done this, and this is what I've built with this. So the next one is Git okay. So if you go through, you see they're talking about maybe Rust and JavaScript, but they wanted somebody with Rust, C, and C++, because you need to understand the languages they use in building their plugin. So it's very important. Okay, so let me check. If you have any question, you can bring it up now. If you have any question, guys, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Hello, are people there? Okay, let me
What does any question?
Bigger things on our roadmap.
Okay. All right, so this is a proposal, but we'll make a lot of changes to this. All right, so looking at this, this is the proposal we'll use. So first thing is you salute them, their hiring manager, because you don't know exactly who you're sending the message to, except you know the person's name directly. You send it to the person.
So you know where they gave us mentors. Can you just use the mentor's name instead?
You don't know if it's the mentor that would read that your mail.
Or you
That
can use the name on the email. So like it is like Sarah at this.com. You say hi Sarah. Will that work?
Some of those
For some,
guys that have
yeah,
joined
like
us,
this one, Vivian.
yeah. So, but the good thing is, it's always good to send it to the office more than sending it to the person.
at least get
What if the person leaves today?
surface and not the
Another person
execution.
comes. The person will like, okay, this mail is meant for this person. But if you send it with the office hiring manager, it means that whoever is the current hiring manager needs to attend to that email and not the person. All right, so I'm excited to apply. You can use different here. I'm excited to apply to for the technical writing position. Here you state it in the Google season of docs. Let's leave it here. As an organized, focused, this. I have a proven record of meeting deadlines and maintaining communication chain to ensure that projects run smoothly. So I have written and edited numerous technical documents, including, for me, this is what I listed. So you can list this. Now, listing this, you also check if whatever they want you to do fits in very fine with this. At least one or all of their points should be here, so they will know that, okay, this is what you have done before. Okay, so in addition, I believe my body skills in designing doc sites using, now they mentioned Docasaurus there, so meaning that you have to add Docasaurus here and probably change it with one. So one good thing about adding so many skills is they will know that, okay, that you are versatile. You can probably fit yourself in so many other shoes and not just Docasaurus, meaning that you have worked with other doc sites and you have a wealth of knowledge to bring. You can come and tell them, don't use Docasaurus, use this because of, give them reasons for them to use different skills, different doc sites outside the one. So, and they wanted Markdown, so you also included Markdown, and we have another markup language too, AsyncDoc, you can also use. So, an experience in open source. Now, in this section, I would like you to now talk about if you've contributed to any open source project before. This is where you talk about it and add the link to that, maybe a link to the PRO that was accepted, so they can go and check to be sure that okay, this person did this. And maybe even if you build HTML or only CSS and JavaScript, add this because that is software development. Okay, add this. Now, so for me, I went further to talk about an organization I did something with. So you can also point out one, or you can also leave it out. It's not mandatory. So here is where I think you should start talking about anything you have worked on in their project. So at Nylas, I worked as this at this. So here is now more like the story place where you start talking about what you have done with their tool or with their programming language or with whatever they want you to contribute on. You understand? This is where you can now come out and state it that, okay, I used your product because here you're selling yourself. You're trying to tell them, pick me over 1 million persons that applied for this program. So this is you toasting the girl, telling her, I don't have money now, but in 3 days' time, money will come after I have my dream. You're just doing everything to make sure they pick you. So at this point is where you tell them, I've done something with your tool, and this is the link to go and view it. So they will go and check it. Let's see what this guy says he has done. And if they view it, like I said, they will keep you on the side. Why going to check other people? Now, the difference with you with other people is, one, you have done a lot when it comes to technical writing. They were, okay, this guy has covered a lot of, places or something. Now, in addition, I believe my basic skill. Now they now looked at it. Okay, you have worked with Docaceros, Magdan, and even other. You're like, wow, wow. I think this guy, has something to offer. Then you come here and tell them, I've also used your tool to do this. Even if you're the one, you'd accept the person now because the person has covered everything you need. So this is where you will now say yourself. So this is where I will not write anything if you don't want to fill here up. So here is where you would write whatever you have built with their tool or their feature or whatever you have learned. So just tell them you've tested their dogs and this, or you've done this and that. Now, if you have not built anything with them, now, sorry, to go back here, where did I add language? Okay, software development, you would now add brackets here and add the languages you know. And they talked about Rust, so you can go and start learning Rust. Remember, you're not building. They just want you to know that you have experience with working with Rust. So when the engineers give you something in Rust, you can understand that, okay, this is what you mean, you're not asking too many questions. Or this is what you mean in Rust. And okay, this is what I understand. Okay, I will write it. Or they say test this tool or test this feature. And you've not worked with Rust, you can't test it. So when you're done here, now, like I said, even if you don't build, you tell them, I've tested your dogs and I've tested this and I've gone through the dogs and I think the dogs from where you said need some modifications. Now you now list the issues you think it's very important. So this is where you list the issues. Then you end it. So you don't need to say much. The example of your work, you come here. For me, this is a lot. Okay, this is a lot. So for me, this is one I did, an open source contribution I did in the past with one Ethereum foundation. So you can now list yours as, okay, this is. Now, instead of listing this open source here, you're listing it at the top where you're supposed to list it. Add it, sorry. Then, yeah, you just drop one. I would say, if you can quickly build anything on Docker Service and just upload, that is one. It's fine. I don't think you have that much time to do that. Now, but like I said, don't be in a hurry. Take your time, do it right, and submit. But if you don't have Docker Service, but you tell them you have Docker Service skills, but you have a doc site that is live, send one doc site that you have, send one technical article that you have, hosted on any writing platform. So they would know, okay, he sent a sample of a doc site, he sent a sample, or he or she sent a sample of a doc site, or sent a sample of a written content alone. So which means this person can build docs and manage and maintain a docs and can also write. So that is what most of them want, except it's in NIMPO or what that wants somebody that knows illustration. So you list your skills. For me, I went for as showing API docs. So if you have any API docs to share, you can share. It's very important for them to know that you can. You talked about API docs and not look at it. So all these are necessary to do. But yeah, your LinkedIn and your GitHub, you don't need to wait for them to tell you to add it. You need to add it. Yours sincerely, you put your name and not my name. Okay, so I wanted to talk about something. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, so what do they want you to do? Currently receives 80 pull requests each quarter to fix or add the feature. Now, what do they want from these docs? So let us check from this. Okay, this project will review the existing contributor documentation and help develop a new outline for the contributor guide. Here are required content. Some of them already exist but need improvement. So this is where you should channel your energy here. This is study this very well, and this is what you want in this section here. So so looking at it, so let's talk about one point, architectural overview. So let's talk about one point, then you can do the others yourself, building a plugin. Okay, so looking at these docs, this is what they have as the order of the content. So you might look at this and see a reason to improve it, because talk about getting started with contributing, architectural overview. So if possible, if you can start, if you add everything you think that should be improved on, you understand, okay, this architectural overview is what I think you should know is your that you can, okay, not that I make it, don't look at, hey, it's too long. They are not in a hurry to start dishing out stuff. This is not like a full-time job that they might want to let's throw away, let's just accept only 30 and look at the 30 alone. No. They'll be looking at a lot, because a lot of people will be sending in mid contents. All right, so okay, talking about architectural overview, getting started with contributing. So you look at this order of this content and you ask yourself if there is a need for them to improve this. Now, I look at this and I'm seeing stuff I think that should be improved on. So let's use the chat. Just look at this order of the content. What do you think should be removed? Or what do you should think? You should not look at the order of the content and tell me just one point. I don't want us to waste much time. Drop it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, drop it in the chat. Okay, and tell me what you think should be improved there. So let's see if we are moving forward. If you think this should be removed or this should come before this, just one point, then we'll discuss on that. Then we can close. I think our call. What it should come before getting started. Okay. Everything listed under getting started should be in the getting started.
I'm assuming there's
Yeah, drop it in the chat.
introduction.
Yeah, so some custom content might need to be loaded in there. Okay. So guys, let's hear from you guys. Oh, continue. Okay. Are we good to go? Faith, Juliet, Suleiman. I've not gotten your point yet. Okay, so okay, let me go through from the first point. What is should come before getting started? Okay, let me click this. This. All right, so for me, getting started, listening like this, I don't have a problem with that. Because looking at this, quick start is a lot. You cannot go and add it in that getting started page. It will be too much. This alone is a lot. You cannot go and add it there. Then this one is a lot. So this is fine by me. So what is this cannot come before getting started? Now, but I can agree that it should come before getting started, but it shouldn't be what is. So that's what I expected from you, because I don't understand what is this in your docs. You can do this in an article and not do this in this on your docs. What is this? So you can call it introduction and you start explaining, or you talk about, just give it this name alone, the wash edge, and we can work with that alone. So this is the extension. So this is fine by me, but the name what is should be changed to like introduction. Like Suleiman said. So here is more like an overview and have an introduction that would list more about that. Okay, so let's try building and running this. So I don't think this name this is just too unnecessary. So they should maybe build and run, or call this you take time to think of a name. So I probably have a lot of names in head to want to replace with this. Or you call it, just call it the watch ed apps. Then you now explain that, okay, in this chapter here, you talk about the building and the running, and not telling us building and the running here. So this is CLI, this is installation. Now this installation that has been coming here. Quick starts of this to one line. Now they should have they should have like a generic installation for this, since they have Linux, Docker, and this, and they have an install and uninstall. So this would create more confusion, for people. And I'm seeing Windows here. So, take your time, study this. For me, I see a reason for even changing this and bringing it over here. If I read through it and see a reason not being here, or this might be repetitive of having this same content. Linux doc, these already have built-in binary. If you use Docker, so in this chapter we will. So there's nothing like we will. So you're supposed to use a second person pronoun, not a first person pronoun, we, I. So we will discuss, you change it. So also when you're checking, also check here. So when you're making your points, also tell them about, I went through and I saw, issues of first person pronoun, like you copy this link, talk about we will, instead of using a second person pronoun. They will know that this person is an English mistress or master. Okay, so you read about this install. This install is looking like a general install that looks like it has the Linux and Docker and everything in it or something. So read through generic Linux install for all users. So what's installed after installation, you have follow. So just go through this and see what you think can the order of this content. I think it should be changed because of this building. Like I said, the what is shouldn't be in there. The name should be different. Building and running should be these apps and something else, and not, or you look at what they have inside here and bring out a suitable name that would make people know what is supposed to be inside here. Develop these apps in Rust, this in JavaScript. Then develop this in C++. So these three should to even make it easier. So it looks like it should be under, this should be categorized to be under something. Develop apps in Go. and deploy. So this should be on, not to, I don't think about tutorial. Think about something else. So it should be under a category. All right. Then I think other things should be added that is not here. Let me give you one expo. Something like change log or release notes supposed to be here. So the rest, figure it out yourself. All right, guys. So I hope this session was informative. I hope you enjoyed it. So any question?
Yes, I have a question. No.
No. Okay, ask a question. Ask a question.
All right. So I did a documentation with. Can you hear me? I did a can that
But guys, BB, Benny, Suleiman, Juliet.
I don't have a question. I'm just thinking of how I'm going to